Hey, Tony, you there?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, how you doing?
We're both in the car, huh?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be home in
You have
like 15 or 20 probably.
would you have a tournament?
No, just a practice this morning, early, like 8:30.
Oh, okay. I think we're actually live right now
Hey,
on
everybody.
YouTube,
Right on.
and I think Todd should be on in a second if he wasn't already on. Were you on and got off?
Yeah, I hopped on and then I just wanted to make sure I was on the right one, so I hopped off.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's somebody in the waiting room.
I
So
got it.
that's probably Todd.
Yeah, I admitted it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. So, how's the weather back there? Is it?
It's in the 50s, like mid 50s.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
not bad.
it might be warmer now. I think by now it's in the
Yeah.
60s. Pretty decent.
Hey, Todd, how are you, buddy?
Pretty good, and you?
Good. Just asking him how the weather was back in Kansas, because it's going to be one of the better days out here. It's going to be in the low 70s, sunny. So it's all good.
What part of Kansas?
Wichita,
Wichita?
right in the middle.
Yep. I've been to
Todd?
Salina, Kansas, or Salina, Kansas once. Kind of on a whim. I bought a old Model A antique Ford and dragged a trailer up there and met in a parking lot that had a little hamburger stand in the middle of the parking lot, and there was a line out, people getting hamburgers. I ate my burger and came back to Texas.
That's nothing wrong with that. I lived in Salina off and on for a few years. I've lived in Dallas area actually off and on for probably 4 or 5 years.
Well, good.
I think we're about ready to get started. I guess let's take a few minutes, get a few more people on. I guess Tony had a pickleball practice this morning, so he was up early killing it.
That's the plan.
Well, I wish I had the motivation this morning to get going. I'm still trying to got my coffee and trying to get my batteries charged to get going.
Yeah, well, both Tony and I are in the car.
Yeah.
So you're the only with the sanity. You stayed home.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and get started. I just had a few things I wanted to cover with everybody, and then I'm going to introduce Todd as our new president and COO in a few minutes. I'll give you a quick background on him. But everything's moving along really well on the tech side. We only have 2 small projects left. Verb will be up next week over to Verb. We've done everything that we're supposed to do on our side. So it's about 98% complete from us. I think we'll turn it over Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest. And then it's up to them to get it done within the next 5 or 6 days after that. Then we'll go live with it. It's got plenty of content. Tony put a lot of content on there. And as we're moving forward with training and a lot more stuff, we'll put up there for you guys. Is there anything else you got besides Verb? What was the other thing? Yeah.
Remember the driver status? So right now when someone applies, it's just a driver.
Yeah.
That will be changing this week, so it'll be pending.
Oh yeah. So if you apply, one of the things when you sign up for a driver, it has a warning on there that says if you want to be a driver, you can sign up. If you have any hesitation about it, do not sign up because your number goes with you, and it kind of screws up the other side of the business, which is the consumer side on your app. So do not sign up unless you want to go through. Also, if you haven't completed your sign up process, it'll have in the back office that you what's the word?
So if it's still in process.
Oh yeah.
Pending.
Yeah, it'll show pending if it's in process. In other words, if you haven't put all the information in or you haven't got back authorization to be a driver, it'll say pending in the back office. But also, yeah, also on your, when you're filling out the documentation, if you leave anywhere along the line, you can go right back to that documentation when you log back in. It'll be right in the same place where you left it. So if you just put in your license, you still needed to put in insurance, it'll come right back to the insurance page and tell you. If you get rejected anywhere along the line, also, it will tell you, hey, you need to update this or you need to do that. It's specific. You'll get an email from us that said what were the problems. And then you just fix the problem, it automatically knows it, and then it goes along to the approval process. If you have no issues, you can get approved in as quick as 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah. Oh, the number one problem we're finding, this Amy, she's driving and talking, so that's dangerous, right? So she said that the number one problem is people submit the insurance card without your name being on it. Maybe they're trying to write on somebody else's insurance. They'll say, hey, I have insurance with this person. Your name has to be present on that card to be valid, even if you're a co-driver on that insurance policy. So I know a lot of you want to come back and say, well, I really am signed up. We cannot legally take that. It's just a legal issue. We just cannot take it. Has to have your name present on the documentation. So you say we're getting down to really small things here to get fixed. I think that's about really. Yeah, and the other thing, the last thing to fix, not fix, is just light up, which is the restaurant app itself. That's already built and ready to go. We just have to put current information on it and turn it on. So we'll probably get to that sometime next week. Yeah, start it next week. Probably be up. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So do not log into the restaurant app. And this is for restaurateurs only, actually. So we'll make that pretty clear on the app. But it makes their life a lot easier to use an app. So anyway, that's about all the stuff we have on the tech side. Everything is up and running pretty smoothly. So I want to introduce you to a new member to the team. And when I went back and, when we started rebuilding not only the technology of the company, we have to rebuild the management and people that can help and use each and everybody's expertise that we want to bring in the company. And I think all of you know Tony by now. And I brought Tony in to work with the field. He's got terrific skill sets with the field. He knows the business. He's been inside and out of a lot of direct sales companies and traditional companies, founder of his own rideshare company. So we needed somebody that really understood the field and how to work with them. So I brought Tony on. He's been a great asset. And then I knew as things get moving along, and since I've been there and seen these movies before, you better be ready. And being ready is have a balanced team to support the growth of the company. And one of the areas that's very critical is the COO slot. That is kind of the most critical slot in the company, believe it or not. A good CEO is great with a great COO, because the COO will actually carry the CEO through a lot of tough times. The CEO's job changes with time. So I'm the CEO, COO, I sweep the floors, I do a lot of stuff right now. That job will change, particularly starting now as we start move forward. My job will be driven more on the finance side, less on the operating side. So that means I need to bring in an operator. Some of the things that the characteristics I was looking for, I kind of think we hit the lotto with Todd, because Todd not only has a background in sales, but he also has been a CTO. He has his master's degree in IT. So he also has, a great legacy in running companies successfully, whether they're venture-backed companies or traditional ground up, bootstrap startups. So he's been through it all in his career. He's native to Texas. He's, just got a wealth of knowledge about IT and structure and strategy and all that stuff. So when I saw his resume and we started talking, I go, oh my God, this is exactly what we need, because we outsource a lot of our IT, which is just great. The company we're using that we've licensed their platform has done a super, super job, but we still didn't have any IT knowledge internally in the company to guide us, because as we get moving, things get more complex, not less complex. You know, what about this, or how does this work? We introduced a new program here. How's that going to interface with all the technology? So these are all questions that you guys don't see that are coming down the road. And as we launch, it's going to come down the road a lot faster than what you've been doing, because a lot of it's been waiting and testing and getting up and all those kinds of things to build the company. Now that we're there, as recruiting starts to ramp up, which, you know, hopefully you start understanding the leverage you're going to see in this company over the next 30, 60, 90 days, it's really important. So I'd like to introduce Todd Wallace to you. Todd, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Appreciate the big words. I got big shoes to fill here. As Bob says, I'm coming on as the COO, and my job is to kind of connect the dots and kind of guide us through. I mean, operations is one of those no glory things. The things got to happen repeatable every time. Commissions have to go out, systems have to be up, the apps have to be working, you know, making sure all the dots are connected and things happen over and over and over, same way each time. So I appreciate a little bit about myself. Kind of started my career at Excel Communications. Excel was one of the fastest growing companies, became the third largest long distance company, all in the backs of a network marketing program. I was the 15th employee there, kind of grew all through their growth. I headed up all their architecture and their systems and platforms as they grew. I left change of control when Teleglobe had acquired them, and kind of into the transition of Teleglobe. After that, I kind of got into the .com world. I was the CTO of an ISP here in Texas that was national. We grew from 100,000 subs to over, you know, north of 1 million subs, went public. Excel got to over, I think it was about 12 million reps that we had out in the field. And so, I mean, very experienced with a lot of growth. Another network marketing company, TrueConnect, they were in the government assisted phones. We launched with 0 subs, went to 300,000 subs in about 4 months, another high growth, all in the back of network marketing referral type business. It's also the CEO of Vibe Direct. Vibe was a ride share where drivers recruit drivers. Started out as, you know, very early as a bootstrap, self-funded, got Texas and Florida launched, and actually sold that business. Been doing consulting work since then, and came across Bob, and I met and kind of talking about what Bob was wanting to do, and it definitely feels, you know, within my skills to make it very successful. I mean, it has all the ingredients I look for in a business, and I think that definitely can add a lot of value here. So excited to be on board. I've been here for about a week now, trying to get organized with Bob and kind of lay out a game plan of what all, digging into the tech. And Bob had mentioned, you know, the company that's helped build the platforms and such, getting involved in what we have there. So just getting spun up. So as I told Bob, I grabbed that bull by the horn. I planned on board. I'm ready to start riding. We're ready to get after and start, you know, knocking this stuff out.
Hey, thanks, Todd. Yeah, as you can see, his background's pretty phenomenal. The successes he's had over his career. He's a great addition to the company. Todd's a listener, so he's out there listening to what people are saying to him. So do not hold back. If you have don't inundate him either, because I know a lot of people like to do that. But, you know, if you have a suggestion or some ideas, we're all ears about that, and so is Todd. So like I said, he's going to be a great addition to the company. On a kind of a somber note, a lot of you never met our chief financial officer. I've waited to make this announcement. He's been with me for 15, 16 years. He came down in December, mid to early December, with stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and he passed away in February. The reason I wanted to wait is to give time to his family to go through this. He has a son and a daughter and sister. They're survivors of his. His parents passed away. He had 2 deaths 2 years in a row with his mother and his father. So anyway, so with that, the company is without a chief financial officer right now. So we're in the throes of looking for one. We've actually identified one, but we still have some process to go through with that. So I just want to mention that to you. But we're strengthening the team every time we go out to do something. We're getting better at what we do and bringing in professionals that can really here, man. We're getting on this bull.
He was breaking up a little bit. There you go, Bob.
Tony, you got anything you want to add? Maybe did he drop off?
No, he looks like he's still on, but he pulled in, was parking, turned the video off. He's muted. You know, as he comes back, I think we'll pick him up. I think there he goes. He's unmuted now. Nope. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. We can't take questions. Normally, Todd, we take Q&A.
Okay.
Yeah, but Amy can't read. Amy can't read and drive. It's a talent she doesn't have. She has it, you know, because we have to do simultaneous on the laptop. So if you guys have any questions this morning that are pertinent, go ahead and send them into support, and then we'll go through them after the call, and we'll start answering some of your questions that you guys might have. Yeah, and then if we don't get them all answered, Evelyn will be on live on Monday doing her training, so she can answer them also at that same time. So I wish we could answer some questions, but things are going. The big issue is, when are you guys going to start moving the field? You know, somebody asked me the other day, well, how fast we're going to grow? And I said, it's up to the field how fast we grow. The speed of the leadership is going to be the speed of the company. It's pretty simple. We got a great program. You know, if you're out working, you're going to get successful. You're going to be very successful economically and with your own income. So that's really important part for you guys to understand. The economic plan or the business plan for you is extraordinary. And we want to make sure you're in position to earn that. So we got a lot of things coming on this month. Not only the restaurant managers, Koya got sick, or one of his guys got sick up in Toronto with COVID, so they've had to shut it down up there. They're a lot tougher at quarantining with a group, so they all have to kind of self-isolate. But also we've got, you know, Phoenix coming online. We got Utah coming online. We got Chicago coming online. We got Lori coming online this week. She's hit her 20 stores. So we told her that she's going to have about 45% market share in her market. So that's a big hand to her. She's doing a great job. And I know it's new to her. We're getting her tablets out on Tuesday. So once the tablets are out and set up, she can go to work. We'll start pounding on that market pretty hard. We made a deal with a marketing company. So probably in the next 10 days, you'll be able to see some marketing in the Nashville market. We're going to start doing consumer marketing there. We've identified the demographics in that market. I have to get with Todd on a demo so he can take a look at them. He's really familiar with demos in this space. So we want to make sure all the people that have input, Tony's already looked at them. Todd just coming on board. Todd got here on Monday, and we didn't even sign his contract until Thursday, and he went to work on Monday. So that shows you what kind of character he has about his feelings about the company. So that's really all.
Definitely very excited. I think we've got Tony back too, if he wanted to add something.
Yeah, Tony, do you want to add anything?
I mean, I'm excited to see, you know, obviously we're pushing forward with Verb. You know, we're giving the field more and more tools to make it easier and easier to do what we need to do: sign up restaurants, sign up drivers, sign up customers and marketers. So as those tools start to come out, you know, we'll definitely watch as folks, utilize them. And obviously having someone like Todd Wallace on board, it's definitely exciting to have somebody that can help Bob steer the ship and guide the ship. So we're definitely fired up to have you on board, Todd, and excited for the things coming.
Well, good things are in front of us for sure. The tools, as you see, will continue to come out and mature and become more functional and such. And I was actually pleasantly surprised to kind of see the organization and the pace at which the dev is being pushed through. And it's always a difficult thing when you're building things and making sure that the functionality is what you need and the look and feel and the user interfaces. It's tough stuff, and I was pleasantly surprised seeing what we have. It's like I said, spent this week kind of looking through all the tools and such, and there's a lot there. It's good stuff.
Hey, thanks a lot on that. We spent a lot of quality time thinking things through. We're not always going to be right, Todd, but I think we're on a great platform. I think the branding is not 100% where we wanted, but it's getting close in the 90s. As we continue to move down the road, we'll get the branding better. Maybe we've actually had some redesigns of the interface for the apps, but we don't want to do any of that right now. We want to do is get really moving, get hundreds or thousands of restaurants up, and then we can take a look at some cool stuff that we want to do down the road. But right now, I think we're good on everything else. So with that, I'm just going to sign off, everybody. Appreciate it. Thanks for jumping on, Todd, and introducing you to the company. And you're the man now. You got a boatload of stuff in your hands.
Well, I think I continue to tell Bob that I'm not scared. So I don't scare easily.
Yeah, he said that yesterday. So Tony's done a phenomenal job, and Tony's our guy in the field. And listen, we've got good leadership, and we're going to continue to build on that. So just rest assured, we're going the right direction. We've got quality people in all the slots that matter right now. So with that, I'm going to sign off, guys. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next Saturday morning. And got a lot to do this week coming up with training.